Give it to me. Give it to me, baby. Okay. Vattenballong. It's water balloon, right? Yeah. I have Vattenballong. Vattenballong tuta. Vattenballong tuta.
Come in and get scared together on this episode of The Crime and the Creepy.
On August 7th, 2014, Warina Wright and Gable Tosti matched on Tinder. Gable wasn't her usual type, looking like a man who spends way too much time on his appearance, but he reminded her of Sam Winchester, a character in Supernatural,
thank you.
one
I've
of her
been doing
favorite TV
good.
shows.
Are you kidding me? You're
Gable
dating someone
opened
because
with
he
a
reminds you of
raunchy
a...
and aggressively forward message saying, "You look delicious. I want to do dirty things to you." To which Warina responds,
And good job on
"Does that
passing all
usually
your
work?"
stuff.
Gable then
Happy for
sends,
you.
"Can you be a freak in the sheets?" To which she says,
Can you be a
"Probably
freak
not,
in the
depends."
sheets?
Gable says, "What does
Dean,
it
we don't
depend
have time for
on?"
this.
Warina responds, "What I've had to drink, lol." Gable keeps the conversation sexual by replying, "Let's get drunk together. I'm a porn star after a few drinks." Warina gives Gable her number after the two exchange a few more messages. And a week later, they meet for the first time in the Cavill Mall.
Amazing.
They spent the night together heavily drinking, and CCTV footage from multiple establishments showed them meeting, walking into a nearby beer garden, then purchasing a 6-pack of beer at a nearby bottle shop. And after their night out together, they ended up returning to the Avalon Apartments, where Gable lived alone on the 14th floor. 6 images taken by Gable that night show the couple apparently laughing and smiling in the apartment and on the balcony from which Warina would plunge to her death only hours later. For whatever reason, Gable recorded the audio of his entire night with Warina, which included the entire confrontation the two would have towards the end of the night, which was later played during Gable's trial. It was later found out that Gable had a weird habit
When
of
it's
recording
CCTV,
his
it feels
entire
like a
dates
murder.
with multiple
Yeah,
women.
it feels bad.
At some point after the two had sex, Warina can be heard becoming increasingly erratic and aggressive towards him. However, as the night progresses, Gable can be heard in the recording refusing to let her leave, and Warina's terrified screams to let her go home are silenced when he locks her outside on the balcony. During this recording, Gable can allegedly be heard choking out Warina before locking her outside.
Oh crap!
I thought you lost your phone.
Exactly.
So how are you gonna call anyone without your phone?
You stole my fucking phone.
I didn't touch your goddamn phone.
You guys fucking stole my shit.
Shit, I should
So
never.
that's why I'm fucking calling them.
Should have never given you so much to drink. I thought we were gonna have fun.
Just let her go
Where's
home.
my shit?
Just let her go home.
Where's my shit?
What's your
Put her
phone
out of the
number,
door. Leave the situation
Go
right
100
now.
fucking psycho bitch.
Okay.
Fucking.
I don't deserve this shit, alright? I'm a nice fucking guy.
Oh, it's always the nice guys.
Yeah. Nice fucking guy with all the money.
She sounds just drunk as fuck.
Oh, I have shitloads of money always.
What?
My fucking money.
Stop. Just calm down, please.
I'm not coming down
You've
because
had too much to drink, alright?
I'm
Just.
not coming down because I've had so much to drink and I have shitloads of money in New Zealand. It's not funny.
Very confusing.
Shit. You know?
Calm down, please.
Do you know how I freak out? Because no one else has money.
Do you even remember what you were doing to me like half an hour ago? It was freaking me out. You beat me up for no reason.
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly. Because you have no money.
It's funny or something. It's not.
No one told you.
In the audio, he can be heard saying to Warina that she was lucky he didn't throw her off the balcony, along with numerous other threats.
Nice girl.
He's so good.
Fucking
It's not about who you need. It's not about who.
Yeah, it
Okay, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know where this is going, so I don't want to say anything. But so far, the girl just sounds extremely drunk and makes zero sense. So what he should do is get her out of her apartment and in a taxi. Period. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but that's what he should be doing. Like, he doesn't seem extremely drunk. He seems to be reasonable. So I'm a little bit concerned because what's going to happen here?
It is. You're fucking insane.
It's not about who you need. It's about who you give a shit now.
See, I thought you were kidding, and I've taken enough This is fucking bullshit. You're lucky I haven't chucked you off my fucking balcony, you goddamn psycho little bitch.
Okay, that's a bit
Who
hard.
the fuck do you think I am? Yeah. Do your Muay Thai now. What? What? Got something to say? Say it. Say it. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Okay, it's escalating. Great. Oh, why did you not just leave? Oh.
Why'd you try to hit me with that? Huh? Fucking mouth.
That's hard to watch, man. Okay. Sounds like she's running though. Like some stuff got. Okay. Okay, now he locked her outside. Jesus.
It's apparent that both Gable and Warina were very drunk, with Warina sounding a lot drunker than Gable, slurring all of her words.
Yeah.
Warina apparently thought the only way to escape would be attempting
What?
to climb down the building, which resulted in her falling from the balcony to her death.
No.
Gable, who was 28 at the time, was arrested for her death, but was ultimately acquitted of all charges. The prosecution claimed that Gable locked Warina on his balcony following a heated argument, and when she tried to escape, presumably to a lower floor, she plummeted to her death. Gable's defense team said Warina was extremely intoxicated and that she had been acting irrationally before her tragic fall. Prosecutors argued that Gable had choked Warina, trapped her, and made her so afraid that she felt she had no choice but to escape at whatever cost. An audio recording of Gable's phone call with his father right after the incident was eventually released, and in it, Gable is heard telling his father that things had become violent between the pair and that he locked her on his balcony, but insisted that he did not push her.
Hello, Dad. I might have a bit of a situation.
A situation?
For a date tonight, and she started getting really aggressive. Like, it was all right at first, and like we, had sex in bed, and then after that, like, she kept drinking, and we were both drinking, and she like, I think she thought it was like a joke or something, but she kept like beating me up and whatever. Like,
I'm speechless.
I've been walking around and there like a million cops around my building. I don't know what to do. I didn't push her or anything. I'm like just walking around the area and there's like a million cops around the area. It's really up. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm walking around the area and I just see a million cops around Avalon. Dad, this is really up. Why does this keep happening to me? Like,
What do you mean keeps happening to you?
I didn't push her or anything.
How many girls jump off your balcony?
And shut the door because she was beating me up.
According to a downstairs neighbor, loud arguments with women could be heard quite often from Gable's apartment, hinting that this kind of thing was a regular occurrence with him. Many people do believe that Gable murdered Warina, and there was public outrage when Gable was acquitted.
I don't know what to think about this one. I wonder what would have happened if he didn't record. Yeah, I mean, the problem with the recording is she is clearly drunk and erratic and talking about some nonsense and like, holy moly. I'm speechless. I have no idea what happened in the apartment. I don't think I want to know. I'm just sorry it ended that way. If he would have been an actual decent person, he would have just put her in a cab, put her in a taxi, and bye. That's just fucked. I wonder if he took the recording because he had bad experiences. Yeah, why even, like, why record? Really strange. Unless it was a kink thing too, and he was recording something bad, I don't know. Another Swedish coolie word. Tell me. I'm curious. Episode 1 of the Mandala catalog is 70-30 long. Yeah, you know what? Give it to me. Give it to me, baby. Okay. Vattenballong. It's water balloon, right? Yeah. I have Vattenballong. Vattenballong tuta. Vattenballong tuta. Yes, you can put it in chat. Right? Am I right? I am a Swedish pro. I hope I'm right. Otherwise, I just embarrass myself. It's actually so easy because this is German. Like, it's literally the same. It's literally the same, guys. Thank you.
The process of going through a divorce is usually not a pleasant one.
Divorce again.
Are often very mixed. For some, a divorce can be a horrible time in one's life, full of grief and sorrow.
Probably.
But for others, it can be a hopeful time, a fresh start. For 39-year-old Jovi Pilipil, a nurse from Sydney, Australia, her recent divorce with ex-husband Alexander Villaluna was going to be
I have a
beginning.
feeling the ex-partner didn't
Facebook,
agree.
New year, new beginnings, accompanied by a smiling photo of herself. She had since posted on her Facebook of flowers sent by secret admirers and birthday cards and gifts from her 3 children, who called her the best mother there can be, and an independent mother and woman. In March 2016, Jovi was using Tinder to find a date. Jovi is the mother of 4. She grew up in the Philippines and then moved to Auckland, New Zealand to train to be a nurse, and then she and her family would eventually move to Sydney, Australia. While on Tinder, she matched 53-year-old businessman Keith Collins. Keith had 3 children and 4 stepchildren.
Cheers, now I stay awesome. I still love this emote so much. Let's just say that I have never been such a fan of milk until I came to your streams, girl. I mean, milk is very important. You need it for like your bones, calcium and stuff. So, bam! I'm happy. I'm sorry, I paused the video because I think this is very important. I just posted something on the Discord. I just got a Reddit notification about a Reddit thread, and it says, "Can I ask my husband to quit his hobby?" I just thought, you know, context-wise, that's kind of funny. So, I might pull this up after we're done, but let's continue this one.
The two enjoyed chatting and decided to meet for a date. On March
More
30th,
plant-based,
2016,
but you need
they went to
the
dinner at a
natural,
Korean barbecue
you know.
restaurant. Just as they were finishing
All
up,
natural
a man came
Goro
up and
milk.
put his arm around Keith. It was Jovi's ex-husband, Alexander. He asked Keith what he was doing with his wife. Keith said they were just having dinner. Then suddenly Alexander grabbed Keith by the neck with his left arm, and he used his right hand to stab him in the abdomen with a hunting knife.
Oh,
Jovi started screaming at him to stop, saying they were just having dinner. After stabbing Keith several times,
Oh, no.
Alexander turned his attention to his 35-year-old estranged wife. He stabbed her once in the chest and once again in the arm when she tried to defend herself. Keith had fallen to the floor and he was trying to get up. Alexander got on top of him and then using both hands,
You called
he
me a
punched the knife
mommy
into his
earlier.
chest. He did this 5 more times. After stabbing Keith 11 times and his ex-wife twice, Alexander calmly walked out of the restaurant. Jovi began to run from the restaurant, and at first Alexander went after her, but he seemed to give up or change his mind and head back to the restaurant,
Holy
where he
shit.
sat by Keith's now dead body and waited for the police to arrive. He surrendered without putting up a fight to the arresting officer, and he admitted that he attacked Keith because he was having dinner with his ex-wife.
That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I don't know why people can't move on. I don't understand that. How can you not move on?
Jovi was taken to the hospital, and while she sustained injuries, she survived the attack. Alexander and Jovi
great.
had met 9 years earlier when they were both training to be a nurse in Auckland. They were both from the Philippines. Jovi claimed that Alexander was abusive from the start of their
Philippines
relationship.
mentioned.
He wouldn't let her have friends and wouldn't let her leave the house often. Jovi already had 3 children from a previous relationship in 2011. She had 1 son with Alexander.
Yep.
2 years before Keith was murdered, Jovi left Alexander.
Not in a good way.
Him. In response to this, he told her that he would kill her if she ever started dating another man. But he also said at a later time he would spare her life because of their son. In September of 2017, Alexander pleaded guilty to murder. When given the chance to apologize, Alexander said it was difficult to say he was sorry because he was still angry about what happened to him. It also turned out that he told the probation and parole service that Jovi blamed herself for the problems in their relationship. So according to him, she would have been happy to have been killed by him. Alexander also claimed he attacked Keith in self-defense. However, CCTV footage clearly showed that he was the aggressor. The judge said the most heinous part was when he attacked Keith while he was already on the floor bleeding to death. In October of 2017, Alexander was sentenced to 40 years in prison, and he'd have to serve at least 30 years before he could apply for parole.
Sounds extremely logic, right?
To apply for parole on March 30th, 2046.
No parole.
74 years old.
I decline.
On the morning of October 26th, 2018, 21-year-old Grace Mullane drove from her Essex County home to Heathrow Airport in London, where she boarded her flight to Peru. She spent the next 10 days traveling from island to island before heading on her way to Auckland, New Zealand, where she would arrive on November 30th, 2 days before her 22nd birthday. Grace was staying at a hostel where she made friends with some of the other tourists and backpackers. Grace was known for being an outgoing social butterfly. She spent the rest of the night on the
Peru has a
taking it
reputation.
relatively easy, and decided to start swiping on Tinder looking to meet.
Excuse me, like, who swipes on Tinder when they're in a different country? I don't know. Like, am I a weirdo for thinking that's weird? I barely trust strangers in my own country. Why would I trust strangers in a stranger country? Huh?
Meet someone.
Make it make sense.
Maybe make some local friends while she visited. She swiped until she
she's
connected
so
with somebody
pretty.
named Jesse, and the two began to chat. Grace and Jesse made plans to go on a date the following day, and so on December 1st, 2018, Grace's bunkmates watched as Grace got ready and left the hostel to head to her date with Jesse. A few hours went by, and at some point in the evening, Grace sent a message to a friend back home stating that the date was going really well and she felt a connection with Jesse. However, it wasn't long after this message that Grace's phone and social media activity went silent.
Oh no.
The next day was her birthday, and many of Grace's family and friends went on to send Grace happy birthday wishes, but she never replied to any of them. And as the days went on, everybody became increasingly concerned. And so on December 5th, 2018, Grace's family reported her missing to Auckland law enforcement. They clarified their concern by pointing out that Grace was actually carrying 2 cell phones while she traveled, just in case there was ever an issue with one of them, so that way she would still be able to stay in touch. Both of Grace's cell phones had been going directly to voicemail as of December 2nd. Grace's father traveled to New Zealand to do some searching of his own. CCTV footage caught Grace leaving her hostel at exactly 5:37 p.m. She then walked to a bar and casino known as Sky City, which was fairly close to her hostel, and she waited there for a few moments until she's seen meeting up with and hugging Jesse. The two of them then went into Sky City for approximately 90 minutes while they had some drinks together, and things appeared to be going really well and the two appeared to be hitting it off. They continued their date onto the next bar, known as Mexican Cafe. They had a few more drinks at the Mexican Cafe, and then they continued on again to another bar known as the Blue Stone Room. While at the Blue Stone Room, things appeared to become more intimate between the two. They can be seen kissing multiple times before Jesse made a
Guess who
quick
won't
trip
pick
to the
up
bathroom.
girls in the holidays anymore?
This is the exact moment that Grace messaged her friend back home that she was having a really good time with her date. Jesse then returned, and the two eventually left the bar at 9:40 p.m. The two are seen holding hands and
usually
walking
it's
towards
the
a building
girls
known
that get
as the City
abducted,
Life
let's be
Hotel,
real.
where Jesse rented an apartment.
Statistically.
The two can be seen entering the
But
elevator
still,
of the
that'll be
building and
safe.
exiting on the floor of Jesse's apartment. This is the last moment that Grace was seen alive. The next morning on December 2nd, Jesse is then seen
Let
entering
me
the elevator
guess,
alone and
with-
exiting his apartment building.
With
He's
suitcases.
then seen purchasing a handful of cleaning supplies as well as a new large suitcase.
Yeah,
He
of
places the new
course.
purchases inside his apartment, and then he leaves the apartment again. He then jumps in a taxi and gets a ride to a local car rental facility where he rents a vehicle and heads to another bar in the area to meet up with a second Tinder date the day after murdering his previous Tinder date. This date became uncomfortable very quickly, and she decided to end things because she found him
Thank
really
God.
creepy after he had been talking about the best places to hide a dead body. When the night was
What?
over, Jesse stopped by the front desk of his apartment building and asked if he could borrow a rug doctor carpet steam cleaning machine. He brought it up to his apartment and spent a couple hours in there before appearing on camera again. He's then seen bringing a hotel luggage cart up to his room and
Crazy,
shortly after
man.
reappearing in the elevator with the
Crazy.
luggage cart loaded with his new suitcase and many other small suitcases.
And you know it was
He
a
then brings the
shitty
luggage cart
and
down to
hurtful
his rented
death
vehicle
because it was
and loads
messy.
everything inside. The next
Otherwise, he
morning
wouldn't
at
have
around
to need
7
so
a.m. on
much
December
cleaning.
3rd, Jesse then went to a nearby store and purchased a brand new shovel. He then returned to his apartment building just after 9 a.m. He then
That's
stopped by
like
a random trash can and tossed out some
insane
items,
to watch.
and then drove to a dry cleaning service to clean some clothing. And then he took his
And
car rental to
all
be
of
completely
this
cleaned.
is on camera and on
Police caught up with
CCTV.
Jesse a few days
Insane.
later and brought
Really
him in
good
for
though.
questioning.
Oh wow. Oh, he's running off. Wow. Look at them chasing
The
him.
police believe that Jesse was
And the
involved in some way due to the
the
substantial
employee
amount of
like,
evidence
I
against
need that
him.
gossip. I need that gossip.
So I was talking to Grace on Tinder. We'd matched on Friday. I saw that we'd matched the next day on Saturday.
How did the evening pan out?
Oh yeah. Nice with a little
yeah,
bit of
pretty good.
murder in the end.
I didn't initially know that she was real.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of... So have you heard of catfish?
Meow.
So catfishing is where someone uses your profile, or uses your photos and pretends to be you and then meets, and you're a completely different person.
Right.
And
Why blur his
it's
face
happened
halfway?
to
Yeah, and the
a
other
few
one it wasn't
people I
blurred,
know
right?
in Australia.
I don't know.
And it's all over the TV.
Good
So I
good
thought,
question.
you know, if I meet at Sky City, at least I know that there's lots of people around. So if it is someone that it's not, then I can just walk away.
How did the evening sort of come to an end?
There was a hug and a kiss on the cheek, and a thanks, no, nice meeting you.
Did you hear that? He's making it sound like he picked a public place because he was worried for his own safety and his own, like, if it's a real person and stuff, so he can just walk away. He just does that to make it sound like she was safe, you know? Bastard.
And then I said, let me know about tomorrow. And she said, okay. And then
I'm actually a bit sad that we doesn't get to see his face because I want to see his face when a police officer drops all the footage of the CCTVs of like buying all the stuff, all the cleaning supplies, the suitcase. Bam. In your face, brother!
she kept walking.
We
Go to
actually don't know
prison.
if she's been murdered or not yet. She may be alive and well,
Okay.
but she might also be dead. Okay? And it could be that you've done it.
Oh wait, it's not blurred anymore. Oh, my wishes are getting fulfilled!
Hey, I just want to ask a question. Am I being arrested for something I didn't do?
You've been arrested.
Oh. Oh. Holy.
They immediately obtained a search warrant for Jesse's apartment, and they began a forensic examination. Despite Jesse's cleaning attempts, the investigators were able to discover blood in and around the two edges of his apartment carpet using luminol. Jesse was then interviewed again on December 7th, just 2 days after his initial interview, and this was when his story to police began to change.
There we go.
Drove
Yeah, that was a lot
out
of
to
blood.
Cumu at first. I picked up a shovel from ITM at Cumu.
Now they blurred this. Why is this blurred now? We saw the original 5 minutes ago.
Driving towards the Waitaki.
No, he's blurred! Petition to unblur.
I dug a hole. I went and got the suitcase. And I
Why is he
covered the
crying?
hole.
Because he got caught? Bastard.
And then I drove.
Where is her possessions?
I threw them in the rubbish.
Whereabouts?
Yeah, he's just crying because he got
Albert
caught.
Park. Rubbish.
I hate that.
Right, so what items of her property have been disposed of in Albert Park?
Everything.
All of her clothing.
Everything that was in the room. I was just panicking.
Did you inflict any injuries on her that caused her to die?
No.
Did you kill Grace Mullane?
No?
Okay. And you're under arrest for the murder of Grace Mullane on or about the 2nd of December. You understand?
Jesse was charged and held in police custody.
Yeah,
And
I
while
understand.
behind bars,
I didn't do
police
that.
found
Wasn't me.
pictures Jesse took of Grace before placing her inside the luggage that he purchased. Google search history and GPS from Jesse's cell phone led investigators to the Waitakere mountain ranges, where they discovered the luggage with Grace's body buried in a hole. Jesse was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison with a minimum non-parole period of 17 years. During this time, 2 more victims came forward and accused Jesse of sexually assaulting them after matching with him on Tinder. In October of 2020, Jesse was convicted of 8 more
Don't use
charges
Tinder,
related
guys.
to these offenses. He was sentenced to serve an additional 11 years concurrently to the life sentence that he had already received. Jesse Kempson currently resides at the Auckland prison in New Zealand. where he will remain.
Jesus. Jesus, man.